Do you know how to use past modal in a sentence? This one is very confusing. Yes, in spite of having a very simple and easy structure, this one is very confusing for a beginner. Not only that, it's really confusing for an advanced student. So, as a beginner, it's a must for you to know this topic past modal, how to use them in a sentence. This basic lesson, this basic teaching of English grammar will help you to know how to communicate, how to write in English perfectly. So, as a beginner, it's very important for you to know the uses of past modal in a sentence. And who are confused about the uses of this topic past modals, I'm here to solve all the problems. And I'm sure after watching this video, you will be able to use them perfectly in speaking and writing at the same time. Now, let's get started. Before I start, it is very important to know what does this topic mean. Well, past modal. Past modal implies that something that was possible, that was permitted and obligated or able to be done in the sense of hypothetical. But it didn't actually or in generally happen. These verbs are combined with have. I repeat, these verbs are combined with have to create the past modal structure. So, we use this past modal to regret or to show that a decision or an action or wish was not correct and I regret for that. I wanted to do something but I didn't. So in that case or in this purpose, we basically use this past modal. And remember another important thing, when you are using past modal in a sentence, you have to use have but never use has or had to form these past modal verbs. The topics: could have, would have and should have. These three basically used to say past modal. In a short form, you can say like could have, so you can say could have or coulda. If you say should have, then you can say should be we, that means have the short form of have we, e apostrophe, or you can say shoulda. Like this way, could have, you can say could have or coulda. These three things you can use as to ask question or to say something in negative like positive sentence. So these three is very simple to use and remember the basic structure. Though they are three, but the structures of these three are same. So you can use this three by memorizing a simple trick, simple structure, which is very simple and easy. I have already said. Have a look on the board. As you can see, I have mentioned here could have, should have or would have. After that, you have to use V3 form. Yes, the B3 form, that means you have to use their past participle form of verb. That means could have done, would have written, should have gone. Like this way, you can use these three form past modals. So remember the basic structure and definitely it will help you to use them in a sentence very correct way. Now let's turn to the differences. As I said, the structure is same, but here is a difference. What are the differences? Well, could have. Could have is basically used when You want to say that something was possible in past but didn't happen. So you can use this one like this way. He could have come but he decided to stay at home. So there was possibility but didn't happen. Like this way, you can use a replacement of he. You can use their I, she, they, we, and you can change the verb and the object. Like this way, you can use this could have. And remember another important thing, that this topic could have can be used in a sentence as third conditional. And remember, don't forget this one, that could have V3 form. I'm very sure this one is clear to you. Now let's move to would have. This would have is a bit complicated because it has two common meaning. Well, but we will discuss the only one, when you could do a thing in the past but you couldn't. Remember, you also can use this. You would have like could. But I have already mentioned the differences. At the same time, remember, when you are using would, after that you have to use V3 form of verb. And you also can change the object of your sentence according to the meaning, according to your sense. He would have done the project if he had started timely. Like this way, you can use different sentence. You can use their different subject and object. Now, let's turn to should have. Should have is quite different from this two, where we use should have, that means something wasn't happen, but it could be happened. That means we actually use this should have when you want to say about a past mistake. Remember, something was good, some idea was good, but you didn't do the good one, so you regret for that, and that case you can use should have. And I repeat, after should have you have to use V3 form of verb, that means past participle form. So you can use like this way, you should have bought chocolate for all the kids, not for only your cousins. Or you can say like this, I should have asked before leaving the office. So something, there was an option for you, a good idea, but you didn't perform like this way. In that case, to say about past mistake, we use should have. And I have already mentioned that it is basically used to say hypothetical sense. So this topic is, I'm sure, very clear to you how to use could have, should have, or would have. And after that, of course, you have to use V3 form of verb. Now, please keep practicing and use them for your daily conversation. Thank you very much. See you later in my next class.